Hi everyone, welcome to Anything with Kani, where we talk about film, fashion, music, and just about anything. And in today's episode, I invited my good friend Joyce Ching. She is a GMA actress and a YouTuber. This episode is really great. We talked about experiences on set, her married life, and the story on how she became an actress. So hope you guys like it, and let's get into it. I saw recently you guys, you and Kevin did you cut Kevin's hair.
Yeah, yeah.
Basically, how was that?
Stressful. Sobrang nakaka-stress kasi yung shaver namin, hindi
Uh-huh.
talaga siya pang hair, pang armpit lang. So, super hirap and super tagal. As in,
There's an
super
armpit
tagal.
shaver pala. Ano yun? It's meant for
Yeah.
curly hair.
What? Sorry?
Ano yun? It's made for curly hair.
Hindi ako sure, pero I think shorter hair dapat. Tapos yung hindi super thick. Kasi towards the end,
Uh-huh.
sumusuko na yung shaver, parang yung blade, ayaw niya na. Kaya sobrang nakaka-stress. Sobrang na-stress
Yeah.
talaga ako. But okay
Uh-huh.
naman, maganda naman.
Actually, he I got gulat na si Kevin could really pull off what do you call that? Shaved head. Or semi-kalbo ba yun? I think it's
Semi, semi.
semi-kalbo. After that, me and Natalie we started talking about cutting my hair, and then I think this is like 2 weeks after, and then she surprised me with buying yung um scissors na pang hairdresser. She bought it sa Shopee, and then it turned out fine. And she cut my hair
Oh, nice.
last week.
Ganda,
Then
ganda.
she
Shave
cut.
it.
I wanted to at one point, I think last year I was supposed to shave my head, but my goal was to be like super fit before I shave my head. Kasi baka
That's
magmukha
true.
lang akong siopaw. Diba? Because you're supposed to have like, I think that's why it worked with Kevin kasi strong yung ditong area niya. What's it, the jawline?
Medyo
It's like
sakto pa.
structured. Yeah. So, recently, you and Kevin actually started this prayer. Sorry, I'm butchering it, pero it's yung everyday
prayer,
prayer thing.
prayer series, prayer
Yeah, yeah,
videos.
yeah. What
Yeah.
inspired you guys to start that? I mean, obviously because of everything what's going on, but what
Yeah.
inspired you to actually post about it?
Well, mainly because we want to spread talaga positivity
Mm-hmm.
sa mga tao. Also because parang na-trigger din ako. Hindi ko alam kung
Mm-hmm.
si Kevin. Pero ako medyo na-trigger ako sa lahat ng negativity or
Mm-hmm.
negative posts that
Yeah,
I see
yeah.
online, like
That's
social
true.
media, everywhere actually, pati sa television,
Mm-hmm.
as in everywhere. Parang sa akin, coronavirus, parang COVID-19 is a problem itself.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
what
yeah.
most people are doing are adding problems to it pa. And what we really need is encouragement, I think. So, parang kami ni Kevin, we thought of a way kung paano tayo makakapag-encourage ng mga ibang tao para it's not always negative things that I hear or
Mm-hmm.
see online.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, actually, like one thing I've noticed, especially online, is that people, I don't know, negativity is just something that's easier to spread than positivity. I've
That's
been,
so true.
diba? I've been following a lot of these YouTubers, and then they're doing like really great things with the platform. Like what you're doing is that even if you're not, let's say, Christian or not Catholic, just spreading good everywhere is actually
Yeah,
one thing that we're really in need for right now.
that's true.
Kasi,
And
yeah, go ahead.
parang I get naman these people who are saying na kailangan mo mag-voice out ng opinion mo, you
Mm-hmm.
have to say your stand, you have to
Yeah,
use
yeah.
your influence or your platform to spread mga news or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I think for me, you'd be able to voice out your opinions without bashing or without attacking anybody.
Yeah,
Parang
yeah,
if
yeah.
you see something negative, you don't have to directly say it to this person na, mali to, mali yan, ganyan. Parang, yun kasi yun yung napapansin ko lang, observation lang. Parang most posts, somehow, facts, truth naman din yun. But, yung way of presenting their thoughts, pa-attack. So that's what makes it negative
I
in a
feel like
way.
that's one of the reasons rin why I stopped going through Facebook. And like recently I had an episode. Before this episode I had Plastic Honeymoon. One of the designers in Plastic Honeymoon deleted his Facebook because of just how negative everything was getting. And
Yeah.
I think what's hard about it, especially with people who has anxiety and then they read something everything they're surrounded with is negative, and what's going on right now, it's already not the best thing to share.
That's
I don't know,
true.
I just feel like especially like with what you guys are doing, I feel like there should be more contents like that, more contents
Mm-hmm.
where more contents where energy, good positive energy is actually spread throughout. And I feel like, you guys are doing a really great thing, and that's good. You know, speaking about good energy and all of that, you guys had a really, really, this is super off topic, but you guys really, really had a great wedding, and it really looked amazing, by the way. I don't think I have said that. Yeah. And thank you for inviting me, by the way. And
Oh,
then, um, and then, one thing that I wanna get into is what how hard was preparing for that wedding, because definitely it didn't look like a simple, or I mean it was a humble wedding, but at the same time it wasn't a small wedding, and it's really, really small wedding, you feel me? So yeah, so
it wasn't a small wedding. That was the goal.
yeah, I mean, like
Have a
it's
small wedding.
small, but it's small, but it looked grand in its own way. There.
um, well, I think the biggest challenge
Mm-hmm.
was finalizing the guest list
Mm-hmm.
because we didn't really want a big wedding.
Mm-hmm.
We wanted to have people lang who are close to us
Yeah,
as a couple or
definitely.
yung super talagang close. And I think yun talaga yung pinaka-challenging lang while we were preparing.
Mm-hmm.
And finances, of course.
Okay,
Kailangan
yeah,
yung
yeah.
budgeting also. But for the most parts, like yung food and yung venue, medyo madali na lang siya because yung venue nag-provide ng food. So,
Mm-hmm.
hindi na kami like nag-isip ng iba't ibang or naghanap ng iba't ibang suppliers for it.
Yeah.
Kasi for most of them, sila na, parang isang supplier, marami na siyang sinusupply.
That
Lamang
that makes sense.
sinabi
That
ko.
makes sense. Yeah.
But siguro another hard thing
Mm-hmm.
was thinking of the clothes
Mm-hmm.
ng entourage and ng mga tao.
Mm. That makes
Kasi
sense.
we really wanted it to be simple, clean, elegant.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, we wanted it to feel relaxed, to have that relaxed vibe.
Mm-hmm.
And initially, I just wanted everyone to wear white.
Mm-hmm.
Pero si Kevin gusto niya parang ako lang naka-white dress,
Yeah.
etc. Ganyan. So, we had to come up with colors that would complement also the venue.
Mm-hmm.
We wanted white and green, pero parang isip namin sa pictures, parang masyadong dull if white and green lahat. So
Mm.
for the guests, doon lang kami medyo nag-switch up ng colors.
Yeah.
And ano pa bang
The
stressful?
color
I think,
palette was really nice, by the way. Props.
thank you so much. Took
Mm-hmm.
us the whole preparation.
Kevin's suit is really, really nice. That's one thing I was telling Jesse when the wedding was going on. Like the first time I saw Kevin, because I didn't get the first time I saw Kevin was when he walked already,
Mm-hmm.
and then in my head, the only thing I was thinking about, I was like, he picked the right shoes for the right suit, and it really looked like
True.
amazing. Yeah, and the
Super, super,
tie, the with compliments, it's amazing.
that's true. Super tagal yun
Yeah.
pinag-isipan. Like yung color ng suit niya. It started from navy blue.
Uh-huh.
But then everyone was doing navy blue. Parang
Yeah, that's true.
biglang sunod-sunod lahat ng weddings navy blue. And then
Yeah.
he wanted dark green.
Uh-huh.
But we couldn't find the perfect green
Mm-hmm.
for the suit. So, hanap pa kami online. Kaya nakarating doon sa... Even yung material pala. Actually, yung material yung nagpaiba sa suit niya.
Yeah. It's not like you know how suits are traditionally structured and very tight, not tight, very it's not necessarily a flowy piece of outerwear
Yeah.
that guys wear. It's a piece of outerwear that guys wear. And one thing what I really like with what Kevin wore was how well it integrated with the venue.
True.
Because what material was it? It was a different kind of material. Even the tie, it wasn't a traditional
Yeah,
silk tie.
I don't remember. Tweed?
Yeah.
Hindi ako sure. Pero, basta iba yung material.
Yeah, exactly. It looks soft. That's what I was
Yeah.
going for with it.
It is. It is
Yeah.
tough.
One thing that I really heavily noticed when, as I think when you were walking the aisle, is I bet this is intentional by the
Mm-hmm.
location. The light was so perfect and how it hit the venue.
That's true.
That sorry, these are the things I was just noticing in your wedding. I mean, yeah, okay,
Film person.
I was really like, yay, she's getting married, but then of course it looks amazing, Ren. Like
Yeah.
when you were walking, the light was hitting perfectly as serving it as your backlight, but then in the same time, the light it was a cloudy day which served a nice like soft light hitting you the entire time. So the video looked like really amazing with I mean
Yeah.
BD and his team did get a great job.
True.
How
Super.
was the process of the wedding video, which is a lot of people don't know that how hard the wedding video is. Do you had any specific narrative that you wanted to talk about in the video, because it had a really great way of storytelling, you and Kevin and your love for each other. Did you give any like your own ideas to do it?
Well, very strategical kami and
Mm-hmm.
very intentional with the wedding video.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we got BD and his team, Equinox, Agape,
Uh-huh.
Films, para they know us as a couple.
Mm-hmm.
Kasi sometimes what's parang making wedding videos less authentic or parang less emotional is
Mm-hmm.
yung team doesn't know the couple getting married. So, hindi rin
Yeah.
nila alam sino yung important people, what are the
Exactly.
important details. Parang, good shots lahat, maganda lahat. Pero parang there's a certain disconnect because walang personal relationship with the couple, yung mga video team.
Yeah, it just
And
looked
that's why
pretty.
we-
Parang ganun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why we got BD rin.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, during the editing, nandun din si Kevin. Medyo nagbibigay ng input, ganyan.
Okay, I see.
And super daming hindi naman super dami, pero we had an SDE during the wedding. Pero
Mhm.
yung nilabas namin na video was revised pa. Kasi
Yeah,
we
yeah,
really,
yeah. Uh-huh.
we really wanted to personalize it.
Yeah, and I feel like just the entire time, like what the good thing about the wedding is it felt, I don't know, it gave me a feeling of like comfortability. Even watching and it spread out in the video in a way. It didn't feel,
Yeah.
you know how sometimes like wedding videos or just videos for family looks too polished na it doesn't nawawala yung heart of the
Yung
video.
rawness. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And I think what's great about it, like it's a mix of something that really looks good, but at the same time, it's a mix of your personality,
Yeah.
Kevin's personality, and meshed into like one artwork. I'm not sure if it's being too technical with it, but then it like, really looked great.
Yeah. And parang yung first few steps namin
Mhm.
before we started planning for the wedding was thinking about the vibe that we wanted for the wedding. So, yun talaga yung first namin. We wanted to be simple and relaxed. Parang we want to have a fun gathering. Hindi yung stiff kami lahat na parang this is a formal event, you have to
Yeah, yeah,
stand up
yeah.
properly, etc. Ganyan. So kami talagang lahat ng supplier, parang sinabihan talaga namin we wanted it to be simple,
Mm-hmm.
relaxed, chill, na makakapag, parang something that people could really celebrate.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. It felt like a really big potluck. That's what I got from it. When everyone was eating, because there was just like the wooden tables and chairs and just the
Yeah.
wooden fixtures give this feeling that everyone is just, even if I didn't know my table, I was talking to people I didn't know, and then I feel like it was a environment where that's okay.
Yeah.
When did you start YouTube, by the way? Was it 3 years ago? Last
Last
year?
year?
It felt really long ago.
I think last
Was it
year.
just last year?
Yeah. I think. Yeah, during the wedding preparation. We started during
So
the
what
wedding.
made you like visit a different avenue in media, such as doing YouTube?
Well, YouTube was my
Mm-hmm.
lifelong dream since 2013, since I was a
Yeah.
teenager. But I'm a very shy person. I think
Uh-huh.
you know that. Di ko talaga kaya humarap sa camera, like face to face, ganyan. So I never started it, but it was really my dream since
Mm-hmm.
before pa. And then, and then, there came Kevin. Na very
Uh-huh.
outgoing, very,
Yeah.
hello, energized. So, nakatulong talaga siya when I start. I think yung first video ko kaming dalawa kaagad eh. Kasi I'm
Actually,
really
yeah, it
shy.
was you guys
Si
together.
Kevin,
Yeah.
si Kevin, hindi kasi siya
Mm-hmm.
nahihiya. So, ngayon na meron akong kasama
Mm-hmm.
doing it, hindi na din ako
Yeah.
nahihiya somehow. So, parang, sige, let's do it. Come on. And also, it's a good, parang documentation rin for
Mm-hmm.
your
That's
life.
true.
Super talaga. Parang I think sobrang sulit siya in
Mm-hmm.
that manner. Kasi I have this parang person that I watch on YouTube. And then, parang in one of her videos, yung concept niya was reacting to my video
Oh,
7 years
okay.
ago, etc. Ganyan.
Uh-huh.
And super fun talaga. Parang, for me, sobrang precious na you can go back to your
That's true.
memories na parang edited siya, but in a way, it's
Yeah, yeah,
complete.
yeah. It gives you this feeling, parang nabo-bookmark one chapter of your life, and then once you watch something, it might not be the entire thing, but you can totally imagine what, let's say, that day was like, or what that experience was like. Yeah, and then you said one thing, and it was very interesting, and you said how uh you're not really comfortable in front of the camera, yet your main job is like being like a dope actress. So what's the juxtaposition of that? How are the two different for you?
That's also what I don't understand about myself, and that's the hardest thing I ever have to explain to people. Kasi, well, kilala mo ako, di
Yeah,
ba?
yeah.
Super shy talaga ako. Like, well, unless I'm comfortable with the
Mm-hmm.
person, hindi na ako shy. Pero, naturally, I'm a really shy person. But ako din, hindi ko yan ma-explain sa sarili ko. When I'm working, when I'm
Mm-hmm.
acting, once the director says action, parang automatically, wala talagang hiya at
Mm-hmm.
all. Parang, okay, jump, action. And sometimes I do that in real life. Parang when I'm not acting and I'm shy and I have to do something, I have to say something to another person, I count in my head and and then I do it. Hindi ko nagigets kung anong dahilan, pero it works.
Maybe, but like, is it the separation of treating acting as a really like as a work talaga, na it becomes something really comfortable for you to do already at this point?
That's true. And
Yeah.
also, what's this? Siguro din kasi when I'm acting, I'm not myself. I am the
That makes so
character.
much sense. Yeah.
So, yung shyness, nawawala. Yung personality ko as Joyce,
Yeah.
Ching, Alimon, it disappears once the director says action.
Mm-hmm.
Cause you are not technically yourself anymore. You're Joyce in someone else's like entity,
Yeah,
character,
it's true.
whatever the director wants. Um, so basically, like, how did you get into acting? The very very start. You started like really way back.
Yeah, I started when I was 10.
Damn.
Well, ever since I was a kid,
Mm-hmm.
mga 3 years, 3 years old, 4 years old naman. I think
I
then
don't
4 years
remember
old
anything
ako.
3 years. So.
4 years old
Mm-hmm.
ako, parang I really wanted to be on TV. Pero that was the main goal, to be
Mm-hmm.
inside the TV. Kasi I grew up in Bicol. So, super
Mm-hmm.
probinsya. Parang wala talaga akong alam about anything. And I
Yeah.
was really curious. Paano nakakapasok sa loob ng TV yung mga tao? Parang, bakit sila nasa loob ng TV? Paano nangyayari yun?
Uh huh.
And parang yun yung naging main motivation or main reason ko why I wanted to become an actress because I
Mm-hmm.
wanna go inside the TV. And then,
Okay.
ewan ko, shy person ako pero I really loved performing
Mm-hmm.
ever since. So, lumipat na kami sa Bulacan and then I saw this ad on TV from GMA na parang they're holding auditions. I don't even remember what for.
Mm-hmm.
Pero parang ako, gusto ko mag-audition, ganyan. But of course, hindi pumayag yung parents ko kasi we used to live in Bulacan. So,
Mm-hmm.
sobrang layo ng Quezon City sa Bulacan.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then, there was a time na we had to go to my lola in Makati. So, punta kami from Bulacan. The super traffic sa EDSA for some reason. I don't know kung
Mm-hmm.
anong meron. Pero super traffic and na-stuck kami right in front of GMA. Yung building
Okay.
ng GMA. Super traffic. Tapos hindi talaga gumagalaw. Then I remembered, today yung audition sa GMA. Tara
Uh-huh.
mag-audition na lang tayo. Parang kinonvince ko lang sila na mag-audition na lang tayo kasi hindi naman umaandar yung mga
Yeah.
sasakyan.
And
So
nandiyan na rin naman kayo.
wala rin tayong
Yeah.
magagawa. So parang, okay, sige, audition tayo. So we
Mm-hmm.
went down, punta kami sa GMA. But apparently, super haba ng pila.
Mm-hmm.
Kasi late na. Parang pag auditions pala, you have to be early to be accommodated. Kasi
Mm-hmm.
apparently, super haba talaga ng pila.
Yeah.
And plus, meron silang commercial sa TV. So parang alam talaga ng lahat na
Mm-mm.
may auditions. So, yung parents ko parang, tara na, wag na, kasi tagal nga, ganyan. Tapos, nung paalis na kami, may isang mom na nag-approach sa amin. Tapos sabi niya, parang, sa inyo na lang yung number ng anak ko kasi ayaw niya na mag-audition. Tapos parang ako, okay. So, yun, kaya ako nakapag-audition. Super
Yeah.
fun talaga.
Grabe,
Tapos, nung
it's really
nag-audition
destiny,
ako,
ah.
that's true. Nung nag-audition ako, I didn't know that it was just for workshops.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't for a show. So parang ako, okay, sige,
Uh-huh.
might as well, alright. Tapos nag-workshops na lang din ako. Parang
Aha.
sinescreen pa nila who can attend the workshop.
Okay.
So natanggap ako, so parang, natanggap ako, ganyan.
Mhm.
So, hinayaan na lang ako ng parents ko na mag-acting workshop kasi summer naman siya kasi for kids. And then may
Okay.
namita ko na friend doon. Tapos sinama niya lang ako na audition tayo, ganyan. Parang ako,
Mhm.
okay. Tapos yun na, doon na nag-start. And actually, nung nakuha pala ako sa first audition ko, that was for Bubblegang Junior. Hindi nila ako
Oh.
mahanap because I didn't have a manager or a handler.
Oh,
Parang
okay.
sinabi lang ng friend ko. So, hindi nila alam kung saan nila ako tatawagin.
Mm-mm.
Yung nilagay ko lang doon was Jenny, yung name ng parent ng friend ko. So apparently, merong Jenny Molina who works for a manager, si Becky Aguila.
Mhm.
Tapos they were trying to look for me through her. Tapos hindi ko na rin alam kung paano nila ako hinanap. But thank you Lord, nahanap nila ako.
Grabe,
So yun na.
that entire story is like something na mapapanood mo in a film, like in a really,
That's
really dramatic like film. Like, you know, if someone makes a biography about you, I don't think na kailangan pa i-edit sa script because that itself is parang very movie like stuck sa EDSA.
sobrang
Then because of you're already there and natanggap ka because someone else didn't want to do the audition anymore. Like,
true.
and now
Talaga.
here you are. like how did that transition happen? Like you started really really young, so you were 10 years old, right?
Yeah.
Tama. And then, of course, like one thing I think everyone is pretty aware of is that transition from being a really really young actress to the actress that you want to be when you grow up, like an adult, doing different kinds of
I
roles. How did that
actually
transition?
stopped when I was 12 because
Mm-hmm.
back then, parang walang, they call it tweens.
Mm-hmm.
Walang yung in between. Parang it's
Yeah.
either you're a kid or you're an adult.
Yeah.
Walang in between
Mm-hmm.
teenager, patwitang, puppy love kind of
Yeah.
role. So I had to stop kasi wala ring roles for me.
Mm-hmm.
And then, nung, when I was 14 years old yata, or 15 years old, nauso bigla yung mga tweens, yung mga alanganin na age. Before kasi
Mm-hmm.
that was called the awkward age, awkward stage na
Yeah.
you can't get anything kasi awkward.
Yeah.
Pero nauso bigla yung mga tween na ganyan, na puppy love,
Mm-hmm.
love team. And then, one of my producers nung, when I was younger, nung 10 years old pa ako, parang he told me na, oh, gusto mo mag-audition, ganito, pero kontrabida, ganyan.
Mm-hmm.
And then I auditioned for Young Shirley sa Endless Love. And then I got in. And then after that, GMA produced a show, a teen-oriented show.
Uh-huh.
Tapos naging part na ako ng Twin Hearts. Tapos doon na siya nag-start. But, so nakatawid na ako from child actor to becoming a teenager love team type of actor.
Yeah.
But then after that, parang sobrang na-stuck naman yung mga tao sa idea na tween ako.
Mm-hmm.
So, kahit mga 22 years old na ako, parang they were still giving me high school roles,
Uh-huh.
college students. And it's
Yeah.
really hard, as in super. Parang my management really had a hard time transitioning me from the tween Joyce to an adult Joyce. And I think
Yeah.
until now, hindi pa ako nakakatawid from that. Kasi even if married na nga ako, parang
Yeah.
I still get comments or tweets from people na, ha, kasal na pala siya. Akala ko 16 lang siya. Akala ko 18 lang siya. So parang hindi talaga maalis sa heads nila yung picture or yung image ko of being a teenager, 16 years old. And
Mm-hmm.
parang they would try to put me in different shows with different roles na parang medyo mas mature. But then after that, yung follow-up na project would be something na I would go back to being a college student. So
Yeah.
parang it's a push and pull.
Yeah.
So yung audience din, parang confused din sila. Parang, is she an adult or teenager?
Yeah.
I guess it works for me kasi mas mahaba yung buhay ko
That's true.
sa showbiz. Since 25 na ako, parang I could still do teenager roles. So parang
Yeah.
mas malayo pa, mas matagal pa. Plus,
Totoo.
mukha din akong bata. So, yun talaga yung main factor. Parang even if they put me or they give me a role na medyo daring, medyo mature, parang mukha talaga akong bata.
So,
it's really hard.
one thing you mentioned is na even if you're married, like people still associate you with doing these teen roles or these college roles, high school roles. But in any way, nag-affect ba yung marriage in any way, did marriage affect your line of work at all?
Well, not really.
Mm-hmm.
But siguro it affected my career in terms of guesting. Parang they're getting me nga for different, parang
Yeah.
ibang purpose na, like for Valentine's, newly married, yung mga ganun. Na parang, okay, we can use that as a story that she's married. Parang
Yeah.
sa mga guestings and talk shows, anything that could show Joyce as Joyce, present Joyce as Joyce, doon lang yun na-affect. Parang doon na-apply na, oh, she's married, she's a different person, you can talk to her about mature things. Pero with the roles, parang same pa rin talaga.
Yeah. You know, just to kind of like go back in time or something. I met you in college with a bunch of people like sila Jessie, Princess. I said that because they wanted a shout out though. um, and one thing that really struck with me is that how did you get to manage still doing your job as an actress, which is really the demand in time is crazy, and the demand in your hours is intense for someone to ask for. So how do you get to manage both doing your schoolworks or just attending college in general and still reaching your sets or your early call times? How do you get to manage all of that?
I think you have to love both equally.
Mm-hmm.
Because once you start loving the other thing more than the other is gonna fall apart. Parang kailangan equal talaga yung, you have
Yeah.
to want it, you have to be passionate about both things
Yeah.
or else mapapabayaan yung isa. And I think one practical thing or strategic thing I did when I was
Mm-hmm.
in college ay sabayan yung batchmates ko makagraduate. Parang
Mm.
masira na lahat basta I have to graduate with my batchmates. Kasi it's
Uh-huh.
super hard kung wala kang blockmates, kung wala kang classmates,
That's
batchmates,
true.
nakasabay. You have to have good set of friends. Shout out to Desiree, Zeta, Kani. But seryoso talaga, parang you have to
Yeah.
have good friends who are willing to support you. Like, for example, may mga works, group projects na kailangan gawin, etc. So, even if I couldn't make it, you
Mm-hmm.
guys would make it.
It's true.
And
It's
put
true.
my name
Yeah.
on it. So, kasi I can't imagine being an irregular student na
Mm-hmm.
you go to school tapos wala kang friends.
Mm-hmm.
So, if ever may mamiss ka na class and may announcements na importante, hindi talaga siya makakarating sa'yo because nobody knows you.
Yeah, that's true.
So, you have to have people who would support you.
Mm-hmm.
Talaga.
So that's really the fundamental thing of like finishing college. I feel like just for everyone, that's one hard part about just finishing school itself is just finding a great support system in your friends because they kind of become your family in the 4 years or whatever
That's
years na you guys will spend time together. I mean, even of how small our school is, it gets pretty big sometimes with if you don't know anyone.
mm-hmm.
And one thing I've really noticed with a bunch of some, let's say, actors that I meet, they become irregular students and then they eventually just drop out of school and then don't see the point in it.
Yeah.
So, what made you have that drive to actually go to college, finish it on time? Why is it such a like big thing for you, even though with you've done doing so much things in your life already?
Well, siguro, personally,
Mm-hmm.
parang sa character ko, parang I want to finish it. Parang I really wanted it. Parang kasi parang for a time, naging trend
Mm-hmm.
siya. Like, ang sama nun. Pero, pero parang, for a time, parang naging trend siya. Kasi parang yung mga tao, minamaliit yung mga artista because wala kang pinag-aralan, artista ka lang, wala kang alam sa etc. etc. So it became a trend na actors would go to school, finish studies.
Mm-hmm.
Pero ako, I think, yung sa akin kasi, I just really wanted to go to school. Parang I wanna learn, I wanna have new friends, new
Yeah.
set of people that I could be with.
Uh-huh.
Kasi, ang liit lang naman doon ng showbiz. Tapos parang it's always the same people. And
Yeah. It's true.
parang, I wanted to grow also
Mm-hmm.
with my knowledge, with mga tao na nakakasalamuha ko.
Yeah.
Na
It's a
parang,
deep word.
may, nakakasalamuha. So, sa akin, parang, I don't know, hindi ko talaga, well, I think gusto ko talaga matapos mag-aral. Parang, I did not want to go to school just to go to school, but I wanted to finish college.
That makes sense.
I wanted to finish it. Plus, yun nga, if you have good people sa paligid mo,
Mm-hmm.
parang you'd be motivated to go to school. You'd want to go to school kasi you have friends, you have family, you have people na you're excited to see, excited to be with. Parang it's
Yeah.
not a burden to go to school, but you have friends.
Yeah, that's
It's
true. That's true.
easier.
Me and the friends that you've mentioned actually get into a lot of conversations about uh how humble you really are as a person, and in the industry that in the industry that we are in in filming or showbiz or just in general, I get to come across a lot of these actors who are I mean, of course I'm not gonna need job, but a lot of these actors who are not doesn't have their feet planted on the ground, and I could
Mhm.
see why. Of course, if you're treated like royalty, where everyone everyone's adjusting to you and everyone
Yeah.
is basically serving you, how will you keep your ego down and keep your foot down on the ground? So that's one thing what I'm really like impressed with you and how you managed to do it and don't know how you got to do it is how did you keep yourself like really humble?
Uh, First of all, I think kasi shy talaga ako. Parang shy ako as a person.
uh-huh.
So, as a person or as a plant, hindi, personally, shy talaga ako. So, feeling ko medyo natural. It's it's easier to be humble when you're shy.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. Kasi parang even when I get the attention, even when you get yung special treatment, I get shy about it.
Mm-hmm.
Na parang I come to a point na I don't wanna accept it. Parang
Yeah.
hindi talaga parang okay lang ganyan kasi I get really shy.
Uh-huh.
Plus, I think for me kasi yung humility is also parang professionalism that
Mm-hmm.
you're kind to everybody kasi
Yeah.
regardless kung ano yung position mo sa work, whether for example sa corporate you're the boss and etc. Parang the way you treat people reflects to your professionalism.
Yeah,
Parang
that
kasi
makes sense. Yeah.
even ako parang I come across a lot of people, a lot of actors na parang na papa-back off talaga ako parang, whoa, there's
Yeah.
some energy right there.
Yeah.
But siguro din kasi parang I've read this Bible, parang always consider others higher than yourself or
Mm-hmm.
above you. And I
Yeah.
think nag-stick talaga sa akin na I want to consider other people higher or above me all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I think that's what kept my feet on the ground. Parang
Yeah.
kaya ako natutong maging humble is because I don't consider myself higher than anybody. I consider them higher than myself.
This is such a great mindset to have. I remember this one time in set. Of course, again, I'm not gonna say who the name is. Um, there's always repercussions to everything that you do, no matter how big of an actor or actress you are.
Mhm.
One time when we were filming this ad, um, we just wrapped up a scene and we're nagbaklas na kami to move on to the next scene. And
Mhm.
then usual shooting, there's like an hour to prepare and all of that. So it's this actor or actress left the set. Okay, gets maybe she got hungry or he got hungry.
Mhm.
But one thing that happened is that we already finished setting up, and and for almost 30 minutes to an hour she wasn't back on set, and then she didn't tell anyone, her manager, the client who was there. And then when she came back, it was already, I think, an hour. And then she basically said, "Oh, she just ate in a restaurant sa tabi." And then, okay, let's shoot it. And as if he or she wasn't feeling any, um, what do you call that term? Hindi siya regretful about what's going on.
Mhm.
And then for me, like ever since that time, and then I remember the client was saying that they were never gonna get this actor actress again, and that actor actress is big, and that's what sucks, I guess, the most is people who have that kind of ego and mindset na they're just above everything. And then
Mhm.
I remember one time, I think, I'm not sure, were we classmates no first year? I don't think we are. Pero one thing our prof, one thing that he said, which I really agree with until now, and I take it into all the sets that I've been part of, is that uh, in production, there is no pyramid. The actor, director, producer, walang pyramid. Everyone is in a plane and everyone underneath that is carrying the same weight. So kahit mawala yung PA, mawala yung, let's say, a hairstylist or just a set man, mawala sila, completely the set is broken and fallen apart. So for me, like taking that into like heart, it really helped me deal with certain situations on set
Mhm.
and then I mean, keep the patience to not get mad, especially when things are not going your way and all of that. And I feel like that's really important with what's going on.
Parang
And
nagkaroon na ako ng ganong encounter before.
mm-hmm,
But the thing is, parang sanay na yung mga tao na ganon.
mm-hmm,
Like with the entertainment or TV or at least yung show na nagawa ko, parang people are so used to that kind of situation na the director or the program manager or the
mm-hmm,
producer is above certain people. So
mm-hmm,
even if parang mag-attitude or whatever, even sa artistas, ganyan, parang na-accept na lang nila. Parang it has become reality
yeah,
to
it's a
them.
saddening reality. I know.
That's true.
Yeah,
I would like to agree to Sir Joaquin, and I hope everyone would have that kind of mindset
yeah,
na, guys, we're all working for the same project.
yeah,
Without the
exactly.
other one, this is gonna fall down. Kaya din ako super, OA naman yung super. Pero, pero maano ko, parang I like entertaining yung mga talents.
Mm-hmm,
Like, talk to them, ganyan, yung mga passers-by, extras,
mm-hmm.
or smile man lang at them.
Yeah, yeah.
Kasi I think, parang, I forgot who said this or where I heard this, but a restaurant scene wouldn't work if walang talents, if walang
Mm-hmm. That's
passers-by,
true.
if wala yung mga taong yan, fake lahat to. Para
Yeah.
tong acting-actingan sa school
Uh-huh.
play, dalawa lang kayong characters.
That makes
So
sense. That's a
parang,
nice analogy.
I just, parang I think people should,
Mm-hmm.
I think, and I hope people would give high regard also to everyone.
Yeah.
Actually, pati utility. Kasi without them, parang hindi talaga tatakbo eh. Parang
Yeah,
hindi
exactly.
naman kaya ng director gawin lahat. Like
Yeah.
set up, lighting, etc. Parang you have to have certain people for certain jobs
Mm-hmm.
for something to be effective and efficient.
Yeah. You know, like one thing a lot of people don't realize how hard it is to actually be an extra, the working conditions and just the hours in general. Like I've been part of a set where I could just see we were shooting in this train station, and we got I think around 60 to 70 extras for this shoot, and then of course because we had to simulate a yung rush hour in rush hour in the MRT. So of course we need that much people, and of course when it comes to shooting, there's a lot of waiting that actually happens for people who has to act.
Mhm.
And if you could see just the conditions and where these people stay at or the wait that they have, they usually they're there even like before the call time or anything.
True.
You know, and what sucks for what I'm seeing is like just people who are handling them don't handle them with like as a person. Like it's really for me really sad to see that sometimes na they're not treated like normal like human beings, like how you will treat someone fairly. And that's one thing na parang I hope it gets changed. Like I'm not
That's
sure if
true.
you've seen this, if the film Extra.
Yeah, Vilma
Yeah,
Santos.
yeah, exactly. It painted
That's
such
very
a
true.
diba? Like honestly, it was one of those representations of extras na that's really true in terms of how they get casted. Na it's just sometimes minutes or hours before the shoot, and they live
True.
in far places like Las Piñas, and their shoot is in Quezon City, so they have to make that travel and stuff. And then some people just don't realize na these people are actually really essential in on set or in in set life. So
Mm-hmm.
just to jump onto another like topic but still aligned to this is, other than acting, is there any avenues on a set or production that you actually want to jump into or try out?
Maybe writing,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think I'm an effective script writer.
Yeah, why is that?
So, baka siguro sa creatives na lang, mga
Uh-huh.
conceptualize,
Yeah.
ganyan. Parang pag nagsusulat ako ng lines, medyo cheesy, medyo corny. So, sa pag-conceptualize siguro,
Yeah.
or ano ba, advertising.
Mm-hmm.
Part ba yun? Part naman yun, diba?
Yeah, yeah.
At also directing.
Mm-hmm.
Pero, medyo nagkakaroon ako ng second thoughts about wanting to be a director kasi nakikita ko kung gaano kahirap maging director, like yung work hours.
Mm-hmm.
Like for example, ako as an actor, pagod na pagod ako every time na magta-taping, like for example, 6 a.m. to 6 a.m. the next
Yeah.
day. But in between those 6 a.m. to 6 a.m.,
Mm-hmm.
I have rest. Pwede ako matulog. Parang may
Yeah.
time ako na nakakatulog ako, nakakapahinga. But then yung director, parang lahat ng scenes kailangan ka talaga.
Yeah, and
So
you have to be
parang
fully awake now every time.
nagkakadalawang isip ako. Nagkakaroon ako ng second thoughts sa pagkagusto na maging director. But it's fun. Siguro for mga ano lang, short films, ganun, commercials. But not
But yeah.
teleserye, not TV directing.
So, di ba you've done couple of commercials yourselves and TV ads here and there. What do you think is for you I mean, like in production, for me, harder is something like advertisements rather than short films or like full-length films.
True.
This is because of the stress that comes with alam mo yun, like we were shooting this ad last December, and then we took like almost 2 hours dito lang sa pouring shot. Na, oh wait,
Yeah.
mali yung thumb niya. Oh wait, no, mali yung index finger niya. Oh wait, no, kinakatakip yung logo. Like, and it's at a point na it's just for a 0.5 second na shot. Like,
Yeah.
like that's the reality of like working in advertising. But when it comes to like in your department of being an actress, which one is like harder? It's doing like these TV ads or doing these teleseries?
I think magkaiba siya ng hirap.
Mm-hmm.
Parang siyang kasi sa commercials and sa ads, parang kailangan super precise, super perfect kasi you only get 50 and 30 seconds na airtime. So everything has to be on point.
Yeah.
Na parang kung ano yung best talaga. And sometimes parang take 14 na good take pero may safety pa, tapos may
Yeah.
safety pa ulit. Parang hindi talaga, never ending until makuha talaga yung perfect na this is it. With
Yeah.
TV naman, what's hard is we have to shoot so many scenes in a day
Yeah.
na
I remember you showed us your script. It's intense.
na parang ang nagsasuffer naman sometimes is yung
Yeah.
quality.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if super talaga nagkahabol, sometimes you wanna redo a scene na parang, oh, I can do better. Pero you can't because you don't have the time to do it, to do a retake or a reshoot.
Mm-hmm.
And tiring.
Yeah.
Parang, they're both tiring but in different ways. Kasi yung commercials paulit-ulit, so nakakapagod. Pero yung sa TV naman, super dami mong ginagawa na iba-iba. So nakakapagod rin talaga siya. So I
Yeah.
think equally tiring.
That's true. One thing I've noticed with just being around you like during college or just being friends with you is that whenever like we hang out, of course you come across people who like you, like, are fans and want to take pictures and all that, and you have you have the professionalism and just the the humbleness to take these pictures. But at the same time, do you ever feel like uh being doing the work that you're doing now sometimes has its negative repercussions?
Yes. Parang yung first is yung privacy. And
Mm-hmm.
parang, di ko alam kung saan ang galing yun, but parang kapag artista ka, automatically, people think na they own you.
Yeah,
Or
that's true.
parang, you're public property. Ganon.
Mm-hmm.
Parang may
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
ganong vibe, may ganong sense
Totoo.
na
Like they
parang,
own you.
artista ka eh. Ganon.
Yeah, this is your job. Parang
Parang,
ganun.
I think yun siguro, na parang, sometimes it's hard to explain to people na,
Mm-hmm.
this is my alone time, or I'm trying to rest, or to
Yeah.
enjoy whatever I'm doing, etc. Kasi people think na they own you.
Mm-hmm.
Plus yung privacy din na everything you do kasi is on TV. Parang they see you and they feel like they know your whole story, everything
Yeah.
about you. They feel like they know it.
Yeah.
So people tend to judge easily.
Yeah.
Most especially because siguro yung lives kasi ng artistas, parang it's out there.
Mm-hmm.
So people sometimes have that thinking na magko-comment ako ng kahit ano about you, or I would say this or that to you. Kasi
Yeah.
artista ka eh. Parang naging reason yung artista ka eh. Nag-artista ka, diba? Parang yun yung nagiging catchphrase. Pero, and
They
sobrang
use it as
talaga,
a reason
parang,
to do something bad, honestly.
what?
What I feel is that they just use it as a reason to pour out something negative, honestly. Like with these negative
True.
comments and such. Like does that honestly being an artista or being a celebrity here, of course you would come across these negative comments, especially in YouTube. Like in YouTube you could actually now see it. Like,
Yeah. Literally read everything.
yeah, I can read everything. And does that affect you in any way, or how do you just deal with that? Because I bet that's something really hard to come across.
Well, sometimes it affects me. Siguro kapag meron akong bad day, tapos parang I would read this comment, parang, girl, what's wrong? But for most, parang hindi naman din ako masyadong naaapektuhan. Siguro because nahihiwalay ko yung bashing sa someone who's just trying to help you to improve. Parang ganon.
Yeah.
And parang I feel lang na, well, yung mga negative comments lang naman sa akin yun ay mataba ako. Pero parang somehow you get used to it when you hear it all the time. So, ako, parang medyo numb na ako about those things. And siguro ano din kasi, parang medyo strong din yung personality ko. Hindi strong na out there, pero I'm a
like
strong
matibay
person.
Yeah.
I believe I'm very matibay. Like, whatever you do to me, I'm matibay. Kayang-kaya ko yan. Parang, yan siguro. Strong din kasi talaga ako personally. So, hindi din ako mabilis maapektuhan sa mga sinasabi ng mga tao. Siguro
is it something you developed over time, or is it something na you were since nung bata ka? Just being these matibay na...
I think matibay talaga ako. Ever since. Kasi hindi ako, parang yung pagiging matibay ko or pagiging strong ko, kapantay siya or equal siya sa pagiging wisphacels. Parang wala akong pakialam palagi. Parang most of the time, if may problem, hindi talaga ako yung person na nasa-stress out, nagkaka-anxiety, wala, very calm, very peaceful. Parang ganun talaga ako personally. So, yung mga bashing and hate, hindi na siya nakaka-affect sa akin masyado. Because yun yung personality ko.
Yeah. It's been an hour already. Yeah. I guess to wrap it up, if you have anything to say or any um inspiration you can give to anyone who wants to pursue acting as a career or anything, you the floor is yours
Um,
to say anything
First
you
is
want.
be excellent. Be excellent in every excuse me. Be excellent in every opportunity that you get, whether big or small roles yung
Mm-hmm.
binibigay sa'yo, just be excellent at it. Be faithful with what role they're giving you.
Mm-hmm.
Kasi they're gonna see it. Parang eventually they're gonna see na, oh, this person, excellent siya palagi. Pag binigyan siya ng work na ganyan, excellent siya. Be excellent with your call time, mga ganyan. And sa
Mm-hmm.
akin, main thing siguro is be kind and be humble. Because then, like what you said kanina, parang
Yeah.
people don't want to work with arrogant people. So if they notice and if they see na,
Yeah.
masaya or maayos ka trabaho to, excellent siya, plus humble, mabait, madali ka work, magaan ka work, they would want to get
Mm-hmm.
you for the next projects pa. So I think, yun talaga, you have to be excellent
Mm-hmm.
and be humble and be kind to everybody.
Hey, thank you so much for being part of this podcast. It was a really, I think it's a really good one because we got to touch so much things about,
Yeah.
just the industry and just acting in
Thank you
general.
so
So,
much. Thank
yeah,
you so much.
thank you so much.